Mr. Cross smiled. A greasy, predatory smile. He slid a key across the table. It was a hotel room key. "Room 402, he whispered. "Go upstairs, Amelia. Wait for me there, and make sure you are comfortable." My stepfather, Robert, nodded. "Go on, honey," Robert said. "Mr. Cross is a busy man. Do this for the family. Do this for the company." I looked at the key. Then I looked at the contract, the one Robert was desperate to sign. "So that's the trade. Me for the merger?" Robert looked nervous. "It's just a dinner, Amelia. Don't be dramatic. Mr. Cross just wants company." "Liar," I said calmly. I picked up the contract. I ripped it in half. Then I picked up the key, and I dropped it in my wine glass. "The deal is off," I said, "and you are both finished." To understand why I was there. My mother died 5 years ago. She was a brilliant woman. She built Vanguard Tech from nothing. She married Robert late in life. He was charming, but he was weak, and he was greedy. When Mom died, Robert took over as CEO, or so he thought. He didn't know the truth. Mom didn't trust him, not with the money and not with me. She left everything to me, in a blind trust, to be released when I turned 25. Robert was just a caretaker, an acting CEO. But he acted like a king. He spent the company money on cars, on gambling, on bad investments, and now the company was sinking. He was desperate. He needed a miracle or a victim. Robert came home sweating. He was pacing in the living room, drinking scotch. "We are ruined, Amelia," he said. "The bank is calling the loans. We lose the house next week, unless I sign the Cross deal." I knew Mr. Cross. Everyone knew Mr. Cross. He was a shark and a creep. He had a reputation with women. "So, sign the deal," I said. "I can't," he whispered. "He wants a sweetener. He saw your photo at the gala. He asked for you." My blood ran cold. "What do you mean?" I asked. Robert wouldn't look at me. "He wants a private meeting in his hotel suite, just to get to know you. If you go, he signs. If you don't, we are homeless." I stared at him. My own stepfather. He was selling me, like a used car, to save his own skin. "Please, Amelia," he begged. "Just be nice to him. It's one night. Think of your inheritance." I didn't say a word. I walked upstairs. I locked my door, and I made a phone call. Not to the police, but to the family lawyer. Because I turned 25 yesterday. I didn't tell Robert. I went to the bank. I met with the trust officer. "It is time," I said. We signed the papers. The trust was dissolved. The shares were transferred. I was now the majority owner of Vanguard Tech. But I didn't stop there. "Tell me about Cross," I said. My lawyer smiled. "He is over-leveraged. He owes millions to this bank." "Perfect," I said. "I want to buy his debt, all of it." It cost me a fortune, my entire personal savings, but by noon, I owned Robert's company and I owned Mr. Cross's loans. I was ready for the meeting. I put on my best dress, I put a recorder in my purse, and I went downstairs. Robert was waiting. "Good girl," he smiled. "You are doing the right thing." He had no idea. The Grand Imperial. Mr. Cross was in the penthouse. We walked in. He was sitting by the fire, drinking expensive champagne. He didn't even stand up. "Robert," he grunted. "And this must be Amelia." He looked me up and down, like I was a meal. "You are prettier than the photo." I felt sick, but I kept my face cold. "Where is the contract?" I asked. "Impatient," Cross laughed. "I like that. He pointed to the table. Robert ran to it. He had a pen ready. "I'm ready to sign, Mr. Cross. Please, let's get this done." Cross shook his head. "Not yet, Robert. The girl stays. You go. I will sign in the morning, if I am satisfied." Robert looked at me. There was no shame in his eyes, only greed. "Do what he wants, Amelia," Robert said. "Don't ruin this for us." He turned to leave, leaving me alone with a monster. Robert stopped at the door. "Sit down, Robert." He looked confused. "Amelia, don't argue." "I said sit down," I yelled. My voice echoed in the suite. It wasn't a girl's voice. It was a CEO's voice. Robert froze. Mr. Cross stood up angrily. "Who do you think you are? You are a bargaining chip. Take off that dress, or I call the bank and bankrupt your father." I laughed. It was a cold, dark laugh. "You can't call the bank," I said. "Why not?" Cross sneered. "Because I am the bank." I pulled out the folder. I threw it on the table. "Mr. Cross, I bought your debt at 9 a.m. You owe me $12 million, payable immediately." Cross turned pale. He grabbed the papers. His hands were shaking. This isn't possible." "It is," I said, "and since you don't have the cash, I am seizing your assets, including your company and this hotel suite. So get out of my room." He was trembling. "Amelia," he whispered, "how did you do that? Where did you get the money?" "Mom left it to me," I said. "She knew you were a leech. She knew you would sell me out. I turned 25 yesterday, Robert. I control the voting shares. I am the CEO of Vanguard." Robert fell to his knees. He actually started crying. "Amelia, please. I was just trying to save us. I love you. You tried to traffic me to a predator for money. You are fired, Robert, and you are evicted. Security is waiting downstairs. They have your bags." They dragged Mr. Cross out first. He was screaming about his lawyers. Then they took Robert. He was begging for forgiveness. I didn't feel sad. I felt clean. I saved the company. I fired the board. I hired a new team. Women who act with honor. I kept the recording. Mr. Cross is facing charges. Robert is living in a motel. He calls me every Christmas. I never answer. I learned a lesson that day. Blood doesn't make you family. Loyalty makes you family. And if someone tries to sell you, make sure you own the store. If you liked this justice, you will love the next story. Click the video on screen now.